What's up, world? Summer Fitness coming at you with another video. It's been a while since I posted an actual training vid. After a year and maybe a month or so, I have not touched weights. I've done pure calisthenics, and so I finally got back to a gym with the intention to actually lift. And here's the result. This is weighted pull-ups. Here we go.
Nice.
We're gonna go for more.
Yeah, that was easy.
So just to let you all know, I'll put the warm-up and how I ranked up to these top sets down below. And I'm gonna essentially work on my weighted calisthenics, of course do some squats and work on some other accessory movements. And this comes summer, I'm pretty sure that, you know, once the winter conditioning is over, which I'm doing right now, a lot of winter exercises outdoor in the parks, the summer is going to be easy. I feel like I'm going to be flying with the exercises that I'm doing. So I have been doing one-arm chin-ups, I have been doing handstand push-ups, V-sits, shrimp squats, pistol squats. That's essentially been my whole year of training, has been, you know, just some intermediate and advanced exercises. And here's 115 pounds.
Nice.
130 pounds right there. So with that being said, here comes the weighted dips. And so, of course, with the weighted calisthenics, I've never actually trained them. I've never programmed them in this manner to actually have the intention of making these like the focus of the training. So this is going to be my first time, and I think I'm starting off at a really solid point here. We'll see how far I can take it. But of course, this is to facilitate the movements that I'm already doing and making them that much more easier and much more efficient. Weighted dips, of course, helping with pressing movements. Weighted chins, helping with movements. And the way I'm doing this is my pull-ups are pronated grip. So I have a heavy day with those. My heavy days are keeping the reps at a 3 rep range. So I'll go maybe a 3x3. Weighted dips are 5x3. And the same day I'll do some back off sets. So I'll work all the way up to, you know, what's close to my 1RM, but I'll probably mess around with like 90% of my max, and I'll do that for 3 reps on the pull-ups, 5 reps on the weighted dips, and then I'll just do some back off sets for the heavy day still, maybe 2 to 3 sets of like 6 to 8 reps. Another day on its own is a volume day in which I do 5x5s for both weighted pull-ups and weighted dips. So I am training for quite a while, but the percentage is much lower. I'm also doing something known as the total system weight, which is how I calculated all my numbers. So it's not just solely based off of the 1RM alone, it's based off of my body weight. It's based off of also just the current standard of strength that I'm at as well. I actually learned this one from Alec on Kiri, so that's a very good channel. Here's another exercise that I'm really using a lot. I think it's highly underrated. Another one that I actually used to do this in my strongman days a lot. You can never have too much of a strong back. So you notice I'm not extending my lumbar region excessively. I'm staying kind of as neutral and almost as close to like a horizontal 90-degree line as possible. I'm not really trying to reach for the skies with my lower back here. But training the posterior chain, the glutes, the hamstrings in this manner, I'm looking to essentially get an ab wheel rollout standing, and having a strong back for that will assist me in these movements as well. Coming up next here is the narrow squat, and I have to tell you, this is with 100-pound kettlebell here. Of course I do train legs. I love training legs. I never stop training legs. The closed narrow squat, if you aren't doing this with weight, you still get a huge treasure bang for your buck if you do it narrow, just body weight anyways. Training in the center line in this manner, training in a position where balance isn't the best, but you own it and you master it, this really does translate well into single leg exercises like skater squats, airborne squats, Hawaiian, flamingos, pistols, shrimps, all that extra stuff. So adding it with weight, again, further facilitating what I can already do and making my training that much more efficient. What I'd also like to mention is that in my training, of course, there are accessory movements that are going to make my training, of course, that much more effective. Not to mention that the phases of the weighted pull-ups and the weighted dips and my whole entire training program, I'm essentially making it so that the first phase 2, which is about a month and a half for me, that I'm just creating here, ends off with a new kind of 1RM. The second phase would be making these weighted dips and weighted chins a competition lift. In reality, these are not the first lifts that I'm doing. The first lifts that I actually do are like a log clean and press, a deadlift, or a squat. Then I'll work the weighted dips and the weighted chin-ups. The second phase, however, will make these movements the primary movements. So I'm pretty much doing weighted dips and weighted chin-ups already in a fatigue state in the first phase. In the second phase, I'm entering in the weighted dips and the weighted chin-ups as the first movement. So definitely working heavier, definitely gonna add in a lot more sets, especially for the weighted pull-ups, because there's only gonna be so much that I'm gonna be able to do. So I'm gonna work with sets of 1 to 2 with cluster sets and high accumulation type of volume, whereas with the weighted dips, I'll probably start working closer to 3x3s as opposed to a 5x5. Of course,